welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Do They Miss You spread for my lovely, fantastic Aquariuses. Also, I love you guys. You've just been doing crazy with the readings lately. They've just been getting ridiculous views, so I genuinely appreciate it. Just a shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. What was I going to say here? Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video. If you would like your own personal reading, click the link in the description box down below. What else here? I'm going to shuffle 3 times in a row, and if you're new here, welcome. Happy to have you here. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day, night, or evening, whatever time of day you're watching this, and let's begin the reading. The first question that I'm going to be asking is, how do they feel about you? The general kind of like feeling that you have when you're feeling upset, when people kind of leave you hanging, when you have an ex that broke up with you, and you just kind of sit there in the corner and you ask yourself, do they miss me? Do they care about me? And so that's what we're going to ask today. That's what we're going to find out right now, one more time, and we'll be good. So let's go. How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? I see. So, my lovely Aquariuses, we have the Star card. And what does the Star card represent, you may be asking yourself? The Star card represents a wish and a hope, something to do with like passion and like happy things and like positive feelings and putting out positive vibes into the universe here. So, how do they feel about you? I feel like they're kind of wishing and hoping for something to happen. So perhaps maybe you guys are not on talking terms right now. You guys aren't really interacting with each other. Maybe you are talking, but you're not interacting as much, right? But there's some type of a wish and a hope to move in a more positive direction, for something to come true, for the wishes to have come to fruition here. And how else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? I see. They feel like their hands are tied behind their back, and they're doing a lot of thinking and contemplating about the situation as a whole. And also, I'm trying to slow down my talking because a lot of people are like, you talk too fast. So let's slow it down, take it a little bit, one at a time. So hopefully you guys enjoy that a little bit more. Anyways, they're doing a lot of thinking and a lot of contemplating about the situation. And the reason that I know this is because we have the swords. The swords represent that. And they feel like their hands are tied behind their back, but they're actually not tied behind their back, and they can leave and they can go whenever time they want, but they're not going to, because they're really wrapped up in their mind. They're really wrapped up in their thoughts as a whole. So how do they feel about you? They feel like they're doing a lot of thinking and contemplating about feeling like they can't go anywhere. And this is the main central theme here. And how else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? I see. The Ace of Swords. Ace represents an offering of something. Swords represent, like I said before, thinking and contemplating, as well as our lovely air signs here, which is Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But as a whole, what does this card represent? This card represents an aha moment, a clarification of something here. They had mental clarity towards a situation, and they've had a realization towards something about how they feel about you. They've kind of like realized something within themselves and kind of had a revelation about the situation as a whole. And so they are like, aha, I understand now. So that's how they feel about you. They want to have a wish and a hope. They feel like they're kind of they feel like they have their hands tied behind their back, but they really can leave at any time, and they had a realization about something. So, with that being said, let's pull up my notes so that I don't ask the wrong question. And what are the blockages between you and this individual? What is causing a lot of pain? What is causing things to like kind of go awry between you two? And is having some type of, difficult, you're having some type of difficulty understanding like what's happening. So what are the blockages between you and this individual? What are the blockages between you and this individual? What are the blockages? I see. So this could be representing of 2 things here. As a whole, let me just explain what this card means. This card represents somebody offering a cup of love to a person, and it's being rejected. This person doesn't want to have anything to do with what my hair like all messed up. This person doesn't want to have anything to do with this individual, and they don't want to deal with this person. And they're just kind of like, I don't want to have anything, I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to be interacting with you on this level, and so I'm going to reject this cup of love. So coming back to the whole situation of what can this represent here, what is the blockage here? This could be you rejecting their love or them rejecting your love, but regardless of that, there's some type of rejection of emotion here between you two, and that's the first blockage. What are the other blockages between you and them? What are the other blockages between you and them? What are the other blockages between you and them? So we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card represents this having some soul searching happening here. Like you're just looking deep within yourself and you're thinking, okay, I need to analyze, I need to think, I need to really look at the whole picture here and figure out what is the best course of action to take. And this is this is the card represents, self searching, soul searching, self analyzation here. So how is this a blockage? This could be a blockage in a way that maybe there's too much thinking, there's too much going on in the head where you're doing a lot of self-analyzation, you're doing a lot of, self-doubt, self-blame, but you're not looking at the whole picture, and it may be causing a lot of issues between you and this individual. And or this could also represent there isn't enough of that going on as a whole, so you need to kind of like, okay, what's going on? I need to just like take a step back and just like analyze myself. So it could be either or of those things. But regardless, this is a blockage, and this is the main central theme of that. And what else are the blockages between you and this individual? What else are the blockages between you and this individual? What else are the blockages? I see. Okay. So the other blockage here, and the final blockage, it seems like there is a person, either you or the other individual, is having to make a choice, and a blind decision at that, pertaining to a choice, pertaining to, choosing one person or another person or an option or another option, basically. And there's a lot of thinking and contemplating going on because we have the swords here, and that's, what that means. Because I explained it like a billion times. We also have the moon in this card, as you can see here, and the moon represents a lot of mystery and deception and confusion. So it's a really hard, difficult choice to make, and not easy whatsoever. But you have to, either you or the other individual has to make this decision, and they have to make this blind choice because this woman has a blindfold on, so they have to make a blind choice towards a decision. And why is this a blockage? Like, this is, well, I don't know. It's blockage probably because of emotion and they're soul searching here. But this is a blockage because you have to make a choice. Either you or the other individual has to make a choice that is a very difficult choice, and you're at a crossroads. You're kind of like, okay, this is a difficult situation. I'm going to crossroads with this situation. What do I do? So that is a blockage here. And do they miss you? That is a good question. Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? I see. We have the Judgment card, and this is a really good card to have, especially if you guys were dating at one point in time, because this is literally the X returns card. This is basically like, hey, I want to have some type of judgment. I want to repent for the things that happen. I want to have a reconciliation. I can never say the word right, but you know what I mean. I want to come back, and I just want to just have this wonderful feeling and, see where this life takes me. So do they miss you? I definitely think that they miss you. There's definitely a connection, and it feels like there's different types of feelings. There's a lot of thinking and contemplating going on because there's a lot of swords, but definitely, do they miss you? Yes, they miss you. Let's ask again. What else? How else do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Yep. My cards have got all messed up here. Let me shuffle them up. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is representing of, obviously, positive things. They want things to turn in their favor. They want things to go in a more positive direction. And they want to kind of leave, they don't want to leave. They want to have these things move in their direction. They want to have, things just go where it needs to go. They're putting positive vibes out there, and they're just like, okay, I want these things to happen. Things need to go in a positive direction, and this is the main central theme. So they're hoping and they're wishing and they're wanting things to go in their favor as a whole. And so, do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Yep. They do definitely miss you, and again, they're having a choice to make. So I believe the choice that they have to make is between them. But they have a choice to make, and they've kind of already made a decision. There's a decision behind them as well, but they have this world in their hand, and they have to make a world life-changing decision that's going to change their life for the rest of, their life, basically. Their life, I'm repeating myself. But they're looking at this globe and they're like, okay, I have to really think and contemplate how I'm going to go about things, and I want to make sure that I make the right decision. Do they miss you? I definitely 100% I think they do, because there's a lot of positive cards directing that, as well as they just want to make a decision that's going to like probably, definitely change the life for the betterment of themselves. So, do they want you back in their life? I'll say positive yes, negative no, and maybe, it would be a neutral card. So, do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? I think so. I mean, this is kind of like a really kind of neutral type of card. We'll pull more cards on it, though. This card represents somebody that is being able to financially be supportive on their own and be happy and, single and free. But it's not necessarily a negative card, because there's definitely positive. It's more like kind of a self-analyzation card of being able to take care of themselves, being able to go in a more positive direction. Let's pull another card on it, though. Do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Do they want you back in their life? Oh, my God. Yes, definitely. They definitely 100% want you back in their life. They want to exchange that cup of love with you. They want to be in a happy, even relationship, it looks like, with you, and just kind of explore that avenue and go in a positive direction. So, do they want you back in their life? Yes, 100%. This is probably, they want to be able to be financially stable on their own, of course, and they want you to be able to monetarily add it on as well. But single, happy, and free. But at the same time, I feel like maybe they want to like have a relationship. They want to be a friendship with you first, and maybe move into a more romantic. But regardless of that, do they want you back in their life? Yes, 100%. Yes. So let's get some advice and figure out what else is going on, if my cards want to function. Okay. Instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Okay, so I asked for advice, but it just kind of came out magically on its own. So, what does this card represent? This card represents taking power, taking control of the situation, knowing what is right, instinctively knowing how to walk in the situation where you want to go, and not really getting taken advantage of, and just moving at your pace, basically. So coming back to this, do they want to be in your life? Definitely 100%. Do they want you back in their life? Definitely 100%. But I feel like you need to take the power. You need to kind of have the decision. You need to be like, hey, be really assertive with this yourself and assertive with the situation as a whole, and move in that positive direction with them. And, just kind of put your step forward, put your foot forward and be like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is how I feel. And this is what I just feel like this is the best direction for us, kind of take that step forward, because it seems like they're quite unsure. They're in their head a lot, and they're unsure of the situation as a whole. So that's probably why other things are popping up. That's why there's a lot of decisions. That's why they're at a crossroads. That's why a lot of soul searching. There's a rejection of love. It seems like there's a lot of things happening, and it's a very confusing type of situation, but just take the initiative and move forward, and I think that you'll be okay. So with that being said, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you want to see more videos and content like this one, hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload my videos. If you want to see more videos as well, to keep it on the loop, here's some stuff over here that YouTube has recommended and that I've uploaded recently. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much. Good luck in your endeavors. Bye-bye.